All right. Today we got a good one. 2019 f550 Super Duty dually. We need to obviously replace this. The caliper shot, the rotor shot. So first things first, remove all these bolts. Pop this out. It can be a little hard to get out, but we're gonna get that out right now. A couple pries, work it out, work it. Get it to pop out. And then there's bolts in the back side you gotta take off. We'll get to all that. Let me work on this. Definitely can't do it with a phone in my hand. So once I get this to pop out, I'll show you. Always make sure you have a bucket. First things first, you get your jack. Make sure you have jack stand, and make sure you have wheel chocks. Safety first, so try to keep yourself safe. Try not to get hurt. So let's get this popped out. In order to do this, you have to remove the axle, the whole hub, and everything just to get that rotor off. So we'll get into it right now. Let me get this out, and then once we get there, I'll show you guys the next step. This should be pretty fun and pretty interesting. So stick around if you need help, or if you want to learn, or if you just like the entertainment. And again, if you're watching this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Here we go. All right, so after a little bit of motivation and a couple of pry here, you just pop the axle out, get it going. Out, bang bang, axle's out, set this aside. So now you get the axle out, we'll work on getting the hub all the way off. Obviously this has got to come off, and then I need to take the caliper off still, and then I believe there's 3 bolts on the back side. Let's check real quick. So all you got, I believe, well, 3 and 4, more than 3, but these bolts right here, I believe, got to come out too. So all that's got to come out. I'm hoping, yeah, it's all got to come out, and then it pops this whole assembly off. And once you get that off, you can put your new one together. I'll show you how to do that too. Yeah, here we go, one step at a time. So we're gonna come back here. We're gonna remove the caliper now. Which, if you look, is going to be this big muddy bolt right there. Is it both of them? That might be both of those bolts. And then both of these bolts down here. Pull those out. Get this caliper out of my way. And then once the caliper is out of my way, we can work on getting this whole assembly off. And then we'll go from there. So 4 bolts, it looks like 2 in the back on top, 2 in the back on the bottom. We're gonna get those out, and then we'll be good to go with moving forward. Quick thing real quick, it's going to be a 13/16, and that's how you take it off. So let's get these 4 bolts pulled out and move on to the next step. All right, so yeah, once you get those 4 bolts out, caliper drops. Try not to let it hang and put too much pressure on this hose, because we'll end up replacing that too. So now we got that off. Now we got the front and the axle out. So now we're gonna work on these bolts back here, or nuts. Yeah, these nuts. Get these all out. Once those are all out, we're going to take this out, and then we hopefully by then can just slide this whole thing off. And then I believe this has bolts on the inside that connect the rotor to the outer hub. We'll get to that when we get to it. So for now, let's start with these bolts and then continue on and see how easy this job is or how hard it is. It's so far seems pretty smooth. It's pretty much clear cut, remove, replace. So let's get this ball going. Let's keep on keeping on. All right. So it's looking like these are a 15/16, fits nice and snug. So let's get the breaker bar out here and bust them loose, get these off, and then move forward. Okay, so never mind on those back there. I don't think they come off. I think they just hold the bracket for the caliper. So we're just gonna move forward with taking this off. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we all make mistakes. So yeah, don't worry about those back there. We're just gonna get this bolt out and see if this whole assembly comes off. After that, if it does, then we're good. You can disregard what I just said. We're all learning here. We're all learning as we're going. Better to know than not to know. The more you know. So you're looking at a 3 1/4 big socket, USA. So American 3 1/4. Let's pop this off and see if this whole assembly comes out now. So it's gonna be a 1-inch drive. So I got an adapter to make it work with my little one. It shouldn't be too tight. So let's do this real quick and then get back at it. So once you get all your bearings and everything out, the hub is free and it just slides right off. And yeah, so then once you get the hub off, flip it upside down. 1 second down, you're gonna remove all these bolts, and that's how you put your new rotor on. So we'll be right back with that. All right, so we're getting this back together. So we got all these tight, torqued down. We're gonna throw this back on. We'll get all our bearings and everything back in. We'll tighten it up, get this thing back together, and then we'll start on the other wheel. Hopefully the rotor don't need to be replaced on that wheel or the front, but we're gonna do all 4 today. So yeah, I hope this is helpful for someone, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, so rule of thumb for me, tighten this all the way down, and then come back just a hair. That way you know it's snug, it's all settled in. All right, so now we're gonna get this axle back in here, put it all back together, get the wheels back on and the caliper done, and all that stuff. So caliper, well, axle, caliper, brakes, bam, done. Then we move to the next wheel. So I hope this is helpful for someone. And again, if you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So the axle's all back in, everything's torqued down. Let's get on this caliper back here, unhook it from the brake line, hook the new one up, set it in place with new pads, bolt her down, get the wheels on, and move on to the next one. It's pretty eventful, but not too bad. Once you get this off, you want to remove the bracket, bolt on your new caliper, go ahead and assemble the brake pads with your little clips and everything in there. Get on there. I find it easier to use the old clips that are already bent to the right shape, as long as they're in good condition, rather than put the new clips in that are really hard to get to everything to fit right. So now we just go ahead and install this, hook the brake line up, bolt it down, and we're good to put the wheels back on. This one whole side done, put back together. One important thing I want to point out is when you put the brake line on, you have 2 washers, one on each side. For the banjo bolt to line up correctly, you need both those washers on there. So make sure if you drop one, you figure out where it's at and you put them back on. All our bolts are tight. Everything's good. This side's ready for the wheel. Put the wheel on, move the other side, do the pads on the other side, pads on the front, and then bleed the brakes, and we should be good to go. This side, it's all back together, brake line's hooked up, everything's done. So now we come around, we got all my parts right here, pads, everything. We got these wheels off. We're gonna go ahead and, shit, I need a rotor on this side too. Damn it, that's not good. I think they only had one in stock. So in a case like this, if you absolutely have to, you just pad, slap, and run it, but they're gonna wear out fast. But I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So, it is what it is, man. The plans, we are gonna replace this one too. They had another one in stock. It's gonna be delivered, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this whole side apart, just like I did the last side, and get this one ready to go. As soon as that shows up, put it back together and we're good. I just checked my front pads. Front pads are all healthy, so I only have to do this one more wheel, and we're all good. So yeah. It's pretty much the exact same as the other side, so I guess we can go ahead and end this video here. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you don't like something I did, leave a comment. If you like what I did, leave a comment. But most of all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.